In my part of the presentation, I would like to present to you guys how to conduct a discriminant analysis and a logit model. The steps involved in conducting discriminant analysis consist of formulation, estimation, determination.
Formulate the problem. The first step in discriminant analysis is to formulate the problem by identifying the objectives, the criterion variable, and the independent variables. The criterion variable must consist of two or more mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive categories. The next step is to divide the sample into two parts. One part of the sample, called the estimation or analysis sample, is used for estimation of the discriminant function. The other part, called the holdout or validation sample, is reserved for validating the discriminant function. Estimate the discriminant function coefficients. Once the analysis sample has been identified, we can estimate the discriminant function coefficients. Two broad approaches are available. The direct method involves estimating the discriminant function so that all the predictors are included simultaneously. An alternative approach is a stepwise method. In the stepwise discriminant analysis, the predictor variables are entered sequentially based on their ability to discriminate among groups. Determine the significance of the discriminant function. It would not be meaningful to interpret the analysis if the discriminant functions estimated were not statistically significant. The null hypothesis that, in the population, the means of all discriminant functions in all groups are equal can be statistically tested. In SPSS, this test is based on Wilks. If several functions are tested simultaneously, as in the case of multiple discriminant analysis, the Wilks statistic is the product of the univariate for each function. The significance level is estimated based on a chi-square transformation of the statistic. Interpret the results. The interpretation of the discriminant weights, or coefficients, is similar to that in multiple regression analysis. The value of the coefficient for a particular predictor depends on the other predictors included in the discriminant function. The signs of the coefficients are arbitrary, but they indicate which variable values result in large and small function values and associate them with particular groups. You can see how things work in real world by reading real research. Satisfied salespeople stay in the textbook. Moving to the logit model. When the dependent variable is binary and there are several independent variables that are metric, in addition to two-group discriminant analysis, one can also use ordinary least squares L's, regression, the logit, and the probit models for estimation. The data preparation for running L's regression, logit, and probit models are similar in that the dependent variable is coded as 0 or 1. The steps involved in conducting binary logit analysis are: formulate the binary logit problem, estimate the binary logit model, determine the model fit, test the significance of individual parameters, interpret the coefficients, and validate. And that's the end of my part.